allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call.
Peter Somerville, Town Councilman.
Ed Van Auken, Town Councilman.
Brian Wood, Town Councilman and Deputy Town Supervisor.
Bill Ryan, Town Attorney.
Randy Bates, Town Councilman.
Victoria Baker, Town Clerk.
We have a motion to accept the minutes from the 20th. Sorry, thank you. Audience comments. Tony, I know you wanted to talk.
I have several questions about this resolution, the boat resolution. Hello, Bill.
Tony?
And is it appropriate to ask these questions at this time?
You can, yeah. I
Okay,
don't know that we can answer them now, but we can answer them later, right?
Yeah.
Or we can answer them, yeah.
okay. And I'll start off by saying what's driving my agenda is the fact that this judge, Peter Lynch, determined that we can only invest with this particular foundation. And it seems that from reading online about this foundation, that they don't really have the interest of Rensselaerville at heart, but the interest of the greater capital region. If you, the name of the foundation is the Community Foundation of the Greater Capital Region. Okay, so I was able to find out what the return was for the past 3, 5, and 10 years. And that's acceptable. But who gets to determine the level of risk in our investment? Do we get to say to these people, we'd like maybe 5% return, or 10, do we invest in bonds, stocks? Who gets to determine that risk level?
They do.
They do, okay.
Just let me interject here, and I don't want to cut you off by
Okay.
any stretch of the imagination, Tony. The decision from Judge Lynch required that a trust be created by virtue of the manner in which the underlying testamentary document was created by Mr. Bogue. Then after that decision, I went out to several banks and sent them the decision and informed them, consistent with the decision, that a trust had to be created. And none of them would do it because of the intricacies involved with an endowment and a municipal charity. There are a lot of Internal Revenue Service and a lot of Internal Revenue Code rules and regulations that deal with this. So what was suggested to me by many banks was you should go through a community foundation.
I see.
And that's what we've done. And I have had countless telephone conversations and email exchanges with the director from the Community Foundation. And this, as I've advised the board over the last several months, this really, based upon the underlying testamentary document and the decision from Judge Lynch, is the only way to go. And they have a proven track record. The board and this town is insulated from any investment decisions, which it should be. The board should not be in the business of taking a sizable sum of money and investing it. That's left to the professionals. It's a non-designated fund, which I explained at the last meeting. You can, upon application, resolution by this board, have an advancement of principal, and if you need it for a capital project for any public purpose. So in my view, this is favorable. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, so what you're saying basically is this is the more or less the only way to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
because we looked at so many banks, John and him, and looked for people that would be willing to be a trustee of the money and do that. Nobody was willing to, and everybody pointed. Investment.
What is their fee for managing the money?
That's in here.
1%.
It's like,
Average.
Oh.
Yeah, it's steps, right?
yeah, it's in steps.
About 1%.
It's about 1%.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other hidden fees that we know of? Or just one, okay, approximately 1%.
Yeah,
It's tiered to the first.
yes. It's tiered, but what, the cumulative average is like,
1%.
1%.
Okay. And at any point, if we decide they're not doing a good job, can we find another alternative? Can we get our money and redirect it?
If you don't like what they're doing, can you fire them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that money is not, it's not set in stone that all money is there. Okay.
No,
And there's one other question that I have, and it says here, ordered, adjudged, and decreed that the trust custodian shall distribute 90% of the income and interest earned by the trust. What happens to the other 10%?
We keep that.
it's reinvested
Yeah.
into the fund.
It gets reinvested.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much.
I hope I helped.
Yes.
And Tony, it's important that you know, like, ideally, this was not ideal for us because we just envisioned investing in it in some great thing and getting more money, but this is what the courts made us do. This was the easiest way to do it. Is it ideal? No. But like you said, we want to get this going because I know they want to start distributing the BOE
Yes.
monies. And this will get us going down the road if somebody's smarter or has a better idea or finds another firm that gives us a better deal. I don't think anybody's exempt from it. It's just, this was really the only option to satisfy the court ruling and then get us moving forward with the use of this BOE money, which we've been sitting on now for a couple of years.
Believe me, I
Yeah,
know.
I know.
I
This
know
goes
well.
back to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I get the whole concept that we're not allowed or we shouldn't be allowed to manage our own money and so on and so forth. But it just seemed like from reading this, that Judge Lynch dictated to us that we have to deal with this particular foundation.
No.
And that didn't sit well with me. But now you've explained to me that you did your due diligence, let's say.
Oh, believe me, I
Yeah, I get it.
I
Okay.
have.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Any other audience comments? No? All right.
I move we accept the minutes from the January 23rd, 2025 regular meeting.
All right.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We have one budget modification, and that come from the scrap of a piece of equipment. And that money is going from unclassified revenue to 02770 in the amount of $1,512, and it's being transferred into the highway reserve, and that fund is 9901.4. Need a motion.
I move that we move the money from, or $1,512 from unclassified revenue truck reserve 02770, transfer to the other fund, highway reserve 9901.4.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We just need to sign that.
I'll make a motion to accept all vouchers and bills, to pay all vouchers and bills.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I have one piece of correspondence here. It's a letter. I'm not even gonna, I'll try to say the name, but it says, to whom may concern, this donation from the Bone Steel Creek Forest Garden is made to the town of Rensselaerville in gratitude for the services provided by the town. We offer this token of our thanks in the hopes that it may help sustain the ongoing excellent work the town does, and then check the amount of $1,300 sent to us by Asako Katori, Director of Bonesteel Creek and Forest Garden LTD. That's they're from Burkhart Road in Preston Isle. So I guess they've done that in the past. So just a donation that goes to the town.
Cool.
All right, on to reports. Obviously, John is not here to give his report. For those of you that don't know, John suffered a pretty significant fall last Saturday. He was transported to Albany Medical Center, where he spent some time and is home now, but is a sorry puppy. So keep him in your thoughts. And obviously, I will do what I can to fill in for him for now. And I offered him that obviously anything that he needed, he could reach out to us. We'd be happy to go help him with. If it was not town business, personal business, we have his back. So look forward to him healing and getting him back. So the accountant's reports, which don't have, so we're gonna skip that. Right? There's no account.
There's a written report as well.
There-
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
It's not really a report.
Oh, just
Yeah.
the balances? Okay, yeah, so we'll just leave that. Okay. The attorney report.
My report, a lot of it was just addressed through Tony with the Bogue matter. You have the resolution in front of you.
Yep.
And I also have a resolution for a bond anticipation note for the water district. So we can do that now or when we get down to old business.
Okay. We'll get to old business, we'll just keep going. All right, I'll make a motion, we accept the attorney report.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Jason, highway recycling.
That's you, Jason.
So, Highway Department continues to run smoothly. Obviously, we've been dealing with a multitude of small systems, but our fleet is in good condition. We have plenty of material and we are ready for Saturday's storm. So, recycling center, there's some news to report on the recycling center. And I'll meet with John this week in regards to this. The city of Albany rate for the landfill has gone from $72.80 a ton to $102 a ton. So that's a significant increase and hit to our budget. So with approximately on average, we've been doing about 750 tons a year. That's a $22,500 hit. In addition to that, Sierra Processing for our recyclables has gone from approximately $46, $47 a ton to our last bill was $150 a ton. So that's, if that rate remains, that's an approximate increase of $10,000 to the budget. I did call Sierra Processing today. The rate is the same, whether it is commingled, single stream, because I was concerned maybe that's why our rate went up. They're negotiating a contract with the city of Albany in hope that the rate will come back down. As far as the landfill rate, that rate is here to stay from what I can hear. In addition to that, consistently now for the last few months, we have been charged for most of the mattresses that are entering the dumpster.
A lot of
7, 8 a month. So if you average 8 a month at $25 a piece, that's an additional $2,400 a year, which brings that total increase of $34,900 a year. So that's a significant hit to our refuge budget. And obviously there'll be a deficiency in the budget there. So it's something we're gonna have to address. I'll sit down with John and go over some of the numbers. He is aware of the landfill rate, but some of this other information coming in now. So
Are there any other options?
I have not called around or found out, but I know I did talk to Randy Bashringer today or yesterday up in Bern. I mean, they're still sending everything in the same places, but I can call around and see if there are other options. I know Westerlo bails their cardboard, and their cardboard goes somewhere in Rensselaer and they get paid for it, a few pennies a pound. But that adds a whole degree of labor and bailing, and so I don't know if there's really any cost savings to be made there. So I'll continue to investigate it, but that is definitely going to be a concern this year.
Yeah, I guess not as much there as I was like just the regular refuse, because clearly not every municipality goes to Albany. Like, so what do other municipalities do? Is it more money? I know a lot of
I
them
can't-
hauls, so my brother-in-law hauls trash and he hauls a lot of it from Greene County out to like Rochester. So is that something like?
Yeah, I don't know, I'd have to reach out, I can reach out to Megan Ruby, who is part of the Capital Region Waste Management Coalition. I could be wrong.
Talked about this before. I mean, we can start charging them for a mattress. We're not doing it now.
And I think that we're probably gonna have to do
Yeah.
that. So I could talk to John and try to get that set up for next month.
That's the small.
It's a small nut, but it all adds
Very
together,
easy
right?
numbers.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and then my,
32,000.
always my concern is we just had a complaint yesterday in Knox. Somebody just pulled up and dumped off like 50 tires, I mean, that'll be the trade-off, obviously, when you're charging that people are, look, at the end of the day, it'll punish the honest people who will pay it, but there'll still be a few people that don't want to pay it and that won't, but
Yeah.
it's New York.
and I know that the city of Albany had talked about putting out an RFP for building a transfer station. So, I mean, I can anticipate probably in the future, the trash rates are gonna continue to go upwards.
Right.
So it's, and I don't think there's any way we can really reduce the amount of trash we're accepting. It's been pretty consistent over the last few years, so it's not like we're receiving more trash than we have.
No,
So just,
And it's the same price, whether you sort recyclables, the cardboard
Correct.
and the plastic.
Correct. I called yesterday. Right now, it's $150 a ton across the board, which is sad since it's $102 a ton to get rid of trash. So costs more to get rid of the recycling than it does the trash at the
I'll
moment.
make my plan a year ago, just hiring somebody to provide trash removal for the whole town.
Offer incentive.
Well, I think you could do that. I mean, I pay $43 a month and my garbage is taken. I don't know where they take it, but they don't bring it here, And it's worth it to me to not have to get up and load my truck full of crap, bring it over here and just push it out the road and they take it away.
Well, we can have those bigger conversations
Yeah,
down
we
the
should
road.
think about that. I mean, probably nothing worth having until we get to August, September before budget season. I mean, it's not planning before that, but nothing we're gonna do before then anyway.
And I think, talking to the residents, this transfer station here is valued. I think, most people like the fact that it's convenient. We can get rid of large items. I mean, I always say it's one of the best things we get for our tax dollars.
Well, it's the only thing I get for my tax dollars living on a state road. So.
Yeah. All right, that concludes my report unless anybody has any questions.
Make a motion to accept the highway superintendent's report.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Town clerk.
Everybody has the numbers for the month for the town clerk's office. We are now again starting to accept water and sewer payments, and they're coming in nice and steadily. As are the tax payments. We were off to a late start. So we're right where we should be at this time. Our warrant is and has been satisfied, and we are now sending money to Albany County. So everything is right where it should be as far as tax collection goes, and everything is well.
I move we accept the town clerk's report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Code enforcement, building inspector.
Good evening, gentlemen, Madam Clerk. We took in $524 in building permits, January. We had a small structure fire on Arnold Road. That project has been cleaned up. We're ready to move back in. Fortunately, the people at that fire had a fire extinguisher. They knew where it was and they knew how to use it prior to the fire companies arriving. It was very helpful. Check your fire extinguishers, folks. So buy one. They make great Valentine's gifts for anybody. And we have 2 area variances for the zoning board of appeals at the end of the month. That's it.
Very good.
I move we accept the code enforcement report.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Do we have anything from the assessor?
We do not.
Okay. Somebody gonna go over the water? report? Nobody?
It's just a written report?
Yeah, so. I, yeah. Miss Ed running down through it. If anybody has any questions on that, we can, reach out to Ed. I know Ed too is, under the weather, so we wish him well. Is there anybody from the library? Nobody from the- All right. On to old business, and the first one is the BOG agreement resolution. And that is that this one?
Right here.
The big one.
You don't have to read it.
Okay. All right, I will, everybody sees, has the resolution? Okay. I will move that, we adopt a resolution, authorizing the, Community Foundation of the Greater Capital Region, to be the fund manager for the BOG fund.
And that the supervisors authorized to remit the present balance within the fund to the community foundation, and that any future disbursements from the designated fund shall comply with the decision and order dated October 18th, 2024, issued by Judge Lynch, and the rules and regulations of the community foundation, and that the supervisors authorized to undertake any further actions required by the community foundation for the capital region to effectuate the transfer of the fund balance to the community foundation.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we got a roll call. Randy Bates,
Aye.
Peter Somerville,
Aye.
Evan Hawken,
Aye.
and I'll be an aye. Motion carried. And then that's yours. It's clean because I just wrote on it.
No, that's fine. I just
Yeah, I don't,
agreement with Vicky so John can sign it.
I don't have the resolutions in my pile. No, that's not the resolution. I need the resolution for the bond for the water district. All right. The next one is the bond agreement. And this is the vote one.
You still need it, Brian?
Yeah, just the one for the, I don't have. Oh,
Right
it's this,
here, how about this one?
it's this one here? Oh, yeah. Okay. I got it, sorry.
I can do this.
Yeah,
This bond resolution, this is a bond anticipation note in the amount of $80,000. And it is to pay back to the town the money that the town advanced to the water district for the engineering report that was in the approximate amount of $63,000 or $68,000 that was authored by CT Mail. And that's first. Second, there's been other ancillary expenses that the town has incurred on behalf of the water district since the report's been drafted. And the $80,000 also would encompass the York Law Firm's fees for this and my firm's fees. And it's $80,000, like I said, to be repaid to the town. The interest rate is 3.9%. And the hope and the expectations, not the hope, the expectation is that the map plan and report will be prepared for the improvements to the water district. And once we get that number, we'll roll it into the bond anticipation note. So there'll be another bond resolution sometime in the autumn when the number is determined. There's also, going to be back and forth with the EFC, Environmental Facilities Corporation, for grant money. So we hope to alleviate the expense that way as well. But that's what this is about.
So I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution for the bond, securing the bond for $80,000 for the water district.
Right, a resolution authorizing the issuance of $80,000 bonds of the town of Rensselaerville, Albany County, New York, to pay the cost of planning expenses in connection with the proposed improvements for the Rensselaerville Water District.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
We gotta do roll call. Pete Somerville? Aye. Roll call.
Pete Somerville.
Just say aye.
Aye. Edvin Ogden,
Aye.
Randy Bates,
Aye.
and I'll be an aye. Okay.
And Vicki, when we're done, we need to talk about posting the estoppel notice.
Okay, and I need authorization, motion for an authorization to place out to bid the highway materials, the hauling of recyclables, the town park mowing, and portalets.
I make a motion, we authorize to place highway materials, hauling of recycles, park mowing and portlets out for bid.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there anybody that has any audience comments? All right, I would like to make a motion that we enter executive session to discuss potential litigation and employee matters.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.